This video is brought to you by Ultrahuman. More about them at the end of the video. What's up everyone, welcome back to Stag voiceover. My name is Neil Glasgow. So in today's video, what I wanted to talk to you about was essentially negotiating your fee in voiceover. And it can get a little bit tricky, depends on the usage and a whole bunch of other things that I'm going to go into. So let's get into it. So negotiating your fee in voiceover can be a little bit tricky. So if you're new to the channel, let me give you a little bit of context here. I am absolutely an advocate for work is work, and reasonable work is work. I've done videos on doing YouTube videos for $10, $15, $20 that are maybe 5, 6, 7+ minutes long. These are things that you can do when you're starting out. I've talked about doing jobs on Fiverr for a $5. Go check these videos out. I'm just giving you a bit of context. It's not always about the highest paid roles. Now, I've also done videos on what I charge commercial clients, and this is more what I'm talking about. So it's really important for you as a current voiceover, as a new voiceover, whatever it is, you need to figure out your commercial rates. And these are the rates for your IVR reads, your actual commercial reads, audiobooks, whatever it is. There are quite a lot of resources out there, but on average, just as a general rule of thumb, if you're just starting out, £100 to £150, dollars, whatever your denomination is a fair price for a fairly inexperienced voiceover artist. If you've got all the gear and all of the idea, £100 to £150 just starting out is actually quite a fair price. 200 to 250 for someone who's been in it maybe a year or plus, someone who's intermediate experience, and then 300 is again high end, but that's roughly what I would charge for an average engagement, about £300. So that's given you the larger context. So here's the reason behind this video and the context that made me think of this. So I've been contacted a few times about people asking what to charge. And I was actually contacted just yesterday from a head of a local radio syndicate. It's a local radio. We're not talking, BBC or anything like that. Local radio. And they phoned me up. And I love it when that happens. People phone me asking if I can help out for stuff. So phoned me up and said, what would I charge for X? And it would run across 5 stations, whatever it might be. And I told them what I roughly charge. And this is based on previous clients and, my general rates. And I essentially started up here. And the guy said to me, oh, I only ever paid this. Essentially, this guy said, I get my voiceovers to do this for £10. Now, I wouldn't do this. And I'm telling you this because I don't want to sound hypocritical here. For a YouTube channel, a new fledgling YouTube channel, I have done 10-minute reads for $10 because I'm helping out new, essentially channels, entrepreneurs, whatever you want to call them. But that is with the proviso of, as the channel gets bigger and I'm the voice of the channel, my earnings grow commensurate with the channel. Working on even local radio that goes across multiple stations, wanting £10 for that is a bit of a different ballgame. And the reason behind that is it's the usage of it, the establishment that is engaging your services. So this is a business that has advertising, that has money coming in, that has DJs and all that sort of stuff. There's a bit of a budget there. Now, had he come in and said it's £100 or £200 or something, that's fine. But when I gave him my rates, he was like, oh, geez, no way. And he gave the impression that he wanted me to negotiate. And, we were at polar ends to begin with. I wasn't going to do that. But I don't recommend, with a vast gap, underselling yourself or a race to the bottom in your negotiation. I'd say whenever it's a commercially led client, whether that comes through Voice Bunny or Bunny Studios, keep getting that wrong, or Fiverr or Voice123, whatever it is, you have to set a rate that works for you and for what's going ahead, i.e. what the project is. And what you really need to consider when you're negotiating, and I have negotiated many, many times for your work, is really, really understanding where it's going to play, for how long, and what the usage of it is. So to give you an example, and I'm just using this as previous work, I've done about a minute's worth of small radio spot adverts that played in Scotland for a Visit Scotland campaign. You know, COVID is coming to an end. They're trying to get tourism back in. And they were about 10 different 10-second spots. And I did that. And I sent them off, and they went off to one of the biggest radio media organisations in the country to play across multiple stations that they owned. Now, for that, let's call it a minute and a half job, I earned multiple thousands of pounds. Wonderful. I've also done massive reads, hour-long reads for documentaries for like the BBC, where I've earned multiple hundreds of pounds. And it's about really understanding what the reach and usage is. So you might be thinking, hang on, well, if that went out on TV, surely that should earn more than what went out on radio. Not necessarily. If you did, say, a radio a panel show, let's say you're into comedy and you do a panel show and it plays once, you get that fee once. If it plays on TV and it plays once, you get that fee once. If it plays 12 times a day across 7 stations, even though it's only 10 seconds, do you see where I'm going with this? It's about how they use it. If you do a recording for a client and it only plays at one conference, you will charge a certain thing. If it plays across multiple regions, America, Asia, it plays 20 times a day, you're going to charge a fortune. And this is when your negotiation really needs to come into play. You need to understand what the usage is going to be and what your fees are. Now, I've talked about basic studio fee, which is, for lack of a better term, it is just what you're going to charge to use it. What you're going to charge to record. What you want to then look at is a percentage of your basic studio fee as a repeat fee or a commercial usage fee, however you want to package this up. If it's going to run for a week and it'll be 10 spots or once a day for 7 days, that sort of thing, then you might say, okay, well, I'll charge 70%, 100%, whatever it might be of your basic studio fee. You might charge 300% because whatever you want to do. But I'm just giving you an idea of when it comes to negotiation, you really need to understand your negotiating point. And a lot of businesses out there don't give you that. They just say, hey, we've got this thing. Would you be interested in this money? And it's sort of we've got a wee carrot here for you. Do you want to bite? And you really need to understand your worth a little bit and be empowered to say thank you, but no thank you. And I realise that's difficult when you're just starting out. And by all means, accept any job you want to accept. But knowing, for me, at my stage in my career, I would have to say, based on what I knew for that particular client, there's no chance in hell I was going to do something for £10 to run for months across multiple stations. What's in it for me? Exposure? No, thank you. I can do that myself. That's kind of the message. That's what I wanted to bring up because, as I say, this guy contacted me yesterday and I know what to do. But actually, if, again, you're new into the business and someone dangles a job in front of you, the first thing you want to do is say yes. And I'm not above doing cheap jobs. I'm not above doing free jobs. I'm very happy to help out. I do a lot of, student support jobs as well. Those are relatively low budgets, and again, it's just helping people out. That's what I do. But knowing what your negotiating standpoint is, that's really important. And don't ever be afraid to say no thank you or, whatever fee it is that you want to charge. Ultimately, that's where your business is and you are a business owner. And that's it. That's the insight. I hope that helps. If it does, usual stuff, like, subscribe, share with your friends. And if you've got any other questions, anything that is struggling or coming to mind, I am starting to make videos based on the comments that are coming through. So by all means, if I know the answer, I'll put a video together. And if I don't know the answer, I'll find out. And hey, we can learn together. And remember, you can absolutely be a voiceover artist. I'll see you in the next video. This is Ultra Human. Join the holistic fitness movement. You can get fit, reduce stress, run marathons, improve your mobility, and enhance your productivity with the world's best coaches and athletes. You can get fitness tips and videos from some of the world's best professional athletes. You can get yoga walkthroughs from the world's most revered yoga gurus. Full body workouts for any fitness level. Mindfulness and meditation walkthroughs to really relax your body. And at night, you can listen to myself and some other wonderful narrators as we lull you to sleep after a long day. You can get a free trial for Ultra Human with the affiliate code that's in the description. Learn from the best with Ultra Human.